This has been a tradition passed on to Cagayan de Oro for 10 years. The Feast of the Black Nazarene, which was once an annual gathering of Catholic devotees in Quiapo, Manila, is now passed on to northern Mindanao. While the number of the crowd differ between Manila and Cagayan de Oro, it still remains massive. Around 250,000 joined the annual Traslacion this year, an increase compared to last year, based on estimates by the Cagayan Police and Task Force Oro. These people have reasons as to why they participate in this religious practice, reasons that were quite unique. Two days before the main festivity, Judith Bacana has been visiting the Nazareno church almost every day. She is one of the many members of the Hijas and Hijos del Nazareno who dedicated their service for the Black Nazarene. She has been a devotee since the statue arrived in Cagayan de Oro. Even for a time, she badly suffered a stroke, but for her, it was a test from God.
Ako lang pa pasalamat sa Ginoo nga wala na impair akong speech na murag iuli magiayo ram ko ni after 2 months. Then later gitubag ra po ko niya. Iyang gitubag sa ako. You should be grateful because I share my sufferings with you. Ano lang. Then
inside this home-based tattoo studio, a miniature Black Nazarene is displayed. This is owned by Black Nazarene. Not only has Jesus replica statue, he also inked it permanently on his back. It is a work in progress. He had started the process more than 2 years ago. This is his way of thanking God through the Black Nazarene for saving his elder brother from dying of lupus.
Tato mo di para sa picture bitaw na picture pag naara sa mong pitaka mabasa ma-erase man ang tato mo is panghabang buhay ba para sa pag dibuko ba for one good anang pang habang buhay yun ang kuwan kong tato.
On the eve of the Traslacion, the Nazareno church is already packed with churchgoers for the night mass. Some lit candles along with their fervent prayers, while vendors took the opportunity to sell religious items from Black Nazarene replicas to handkerchiefs, which are going to be used in wiping the statue, as it is said to have a healing power. The members of the Hijos and Hijas are already preparing for the transfer of the Black Nazarene statue from the Nazareno Church to St. Augustine Cathedral. One of the Hijos is John Paul Sada. Every year, he and his brother Joe Marie are capturing the events of the Traslacion activities as it unfolds through their cameras.
That time, akong gidibaw akong hours akong time na mag-serve sa iya during fiesta through sa akong talent and skills sa photography. Gipili na ko nga inana akong panaad every year kay in a way makatabang ko sa parish through documentation and sa akong self personally na ako yung mga personal na prayers, intentions na akong gina-offer sa iya every year.
After the Mass, Hijos volunteers begin to lift the Black Nazarene statue and carry it to a vehicle, going to St. Augustine Cathedral, Cagayan de Oro's iconic church. It arrived past 9 p.m. Eager devotees waiting in the cathedral are lining up to take a glimpse of the statue as they touch and wipe it with cloths or handkerchiefs. The practice will go on until the next day. By 4 a.m. of January 9, Catholics begin to swell. Police and military are present to keep the peace and order They barricaded the premises of the cathedral, including the nearby Gaston Park. Devotees are lined up. Before they could enter, bags are checked. Even backpacks and caps are prohibited. But most of the police confiscated are lighters and cigarette boxes, though they told the public that they can get the items at a later time of the day. Traslacion begins with a morning mass, led by the head of the Archdiocese of Cagayan de Oro himself, Archbishop Antonio Ledesma. Jobert and his friend is already inside the cathedral, bringing the Black Nazarene replica from his tattoo studio. They will join the procession as soon as the mass will end. And now, the procession begins. It would be a slow-paced walk from the cathedral going back to Nazarene Church, about 3-kilometer distance. The sun has not yet risen when the statue was brought out, thus the candles lit by the devotees create a visual spectacle. Later that day, it is now clear of the crowd's numbers.
Mas daghan ni karon ang atong crowd compare last year. Tapos ang atong visit order na wala pa man nahuman pero tsada siya wala tayo reported. Ulo nanay na nakuyapan na ganina sa dali-dali nakuha sa atong ambulansya. Bigat sa atong maayong coordination. Hope na mahimo kini siya.
The Black Nazarene statue, the replica of that original statue in Manila, is showered with colorful cut-out papers, and drums also beat, and other devotees dance carrying their own miniature cross-carrying Jesus. This is the face of the Filipino spirituality, in a country mostly dominated by Roman Catholicism, in a time where its clergy is being put into question, coming from the state itself, and yet the numbers also speak for itself. Faith remains intact for most of these devotees.